Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Wild Rift Origin Series Championship, and it is the group stage day. We are back, and two teams facing each other, both with a loss in their first game. RIX versus NAVI, a humbling experience, I think, for RIX to start game one off against Unicorns Alive. You never want to play the first game of the day, first game of a tournament.
First
you never
game of a
want to be
tournament is always rough, mate. When you haven't, also you've got a lot of people there that don't have LAN experience.
Yeah.
You know, you've got a stalwart LAN experience guy of Snitch. He's played plenty in Heroes of the Storm, for instance. But you know, the rest of the team maybe needed a game to get their nerves under control. I'm interested to see the draft for this team when we actually get to that stage as well. But I think RIX, they will need to pick up this win, because if they don't, I think they're probably a little nervous going into their final games of the day.
I'll tell you what, I'm looking at the faces. I've just walked past the back of them as well. Laser focus is what is going on with RIX right now. They're up against NAVI, of course, who themselves coming into this one, but on a different way. They come into this expecting themselves to be underdogs, so they kind of expected it, right? But I tell you what, they're a team that wants to fight. Yeah,
no, I mean, they're very similar. They're going to ban the Fiora here. They're going to take that away from Leon again. There has been that target towards Leon that we saw previously. I don't imagine that Ziggs will get let through either, so I'm expecting a Ziggs ban straight off the ban. I mean, at the end of the day, when you're red side, you always ban Ziggs. You don't want to give that away as first pick, especially in competitive, and there it is.
Yeah, 100% ban rate so far for the Ziggs and the Senna so far as well, so both 100% ban now. We'll see, we'll keep our eye on that one. See, the statisticians out there can keep their eyes on that one. I need to have a drink or two before I get that going. Camille was let through and played by Queso a moment ago. Did lose out in that game, but banned out once again this time, and the Gragas being taken away.
Gragas going to be bopped off. That means a lot of Leon's champion pool has been targeted here by both RIX and NAVI, realistically. We're going to see the final ban for RIX. It's going to be the Lee Sin, so that's not going to be given over to NAVI. Now, what is Leon going to play? That's my question. He doesn't have, apart from these four champions that you've seen in the ban phase, that has been the primary makeup of his champion pool throughout the Origin series thus far.
All right, so NAVI with the first pick. Where do they go? Is it going to be the support maybe choice to not give too much away? Will they go for that Darius top laner like they did before? Valhalla picking that one up.
That's very interesting to me. Graves, okay. You might think this is going jungle, mightn't you, D-Man? You might think...
in modern day, yeah, you'd be looking that way.
Might go Baron lane. It's another Leon pick. It's another thing that he plays in that top side of the map. And I think with the Kha'Zix lock-in, that is going to be...
That's a given, I think, now.
Yeah, that's going to be a given.
It's a long time since the old Kha'Zix top was played.
Yeah, Kha'Zix mid, mate. Alex it.
Yeah.
That's amazing. We are boomers.
Boomers. The Nami, of course. This is what we mentioned in the game earlier on today against Game Lord. Was banned away. This time has come through for NAVI, so obviously that's for Dante.
Yeah, that is a pick that he likes to play. He's going to pair it up with the Kai'Sa. Again, very strong pick in the current meta. Kai'Sa has been very heavily prioritized for most teams on blue side. Janna will come out immediately for RIX. So again, we've talked about that Enchanter support meta. We haven't seen as much of it at the Origin series thus far. This is the first game where we're really going to see Enchanter versus Enchanter, and the Ezreal comes out. So Ezreal, Janna, you're smiling about something.
So it was more the laugh coming out from RIX. I feel like they kind of knew what was coming in the pick and bans. They were laughing like, we knew that was coming, so we're going to pick into it. So whether they were planning for that, obviously coming out with the Janna Ezreal, thinking, okay, we know Kai'Sa's going to go in with the Nami. The Ahri has come through, so obviously was banned out previously in the last match, has come through. We did see it earlier on for Game Lord as well. So we'll see what NAVI can do with that this time. They had to go up against it. So that will be for the Don and the Xin Zhao getting the final pick for the jungle.
Xin Zhao comes through. Now Snitch is going to have final pick on red side here. Ahri's a difficult one to pick into, but he's going to go for the Twisted Fate. I like that. Rapid Fire Cannon, you'll be able to lock down the mobility of the Ahri wherever possible, when you've got some single target lockdown for the Kai'Sa and the Ahri especially. The problem that I think they're going to have here is that problem with the Xin Zhao. Once that ultimate comes through, it's very difficult for both TF and Ezreal to land consistent damage in team fights. Again, RIX have played this, they're playing a more of a, snowbally individual pick-off style comp again, where they're relying on the range of their mid laner and their Baron laner to try and get them into the game.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's get that game on your screen. We are into game number 4, RIX versus NAVI. So, NAVI going to be starting out on the blue lane. blue side, whichever you prefer. RIX on the red side. No real advantage this time around, of course, anymore. Not like it used to be in the old.
I don't know if you noticed it. I don't know. I'm going to keep my voice down here, mate.
Right.
There's some mind games going on stage.
There's a lot of shouting going on. I have both ears in, so I can't quite catch it out, but I can hear them.
There is the mind game. We didn't get this, obviously. It's the first time we've had a LAN final here for Wild Rift.
There's
some laughing.
The banter.
There's some laughing when picks come through.
Like
coming through. You know, there is some mind games going on here, but no sneaky, crazy lane swaps this time round. We're going to see the straight up 1v1s and Friend in that bottom lane versus Dante. Dante had this NAVI banned against him previously. A bit of a crutch pick, you may consider it for him, but he's going to get his hands on that for this game.
We'll keep our eye on any fancy jungle pass. Obviously, if you remember, NAVI against Game Lord did try that lane switch. Didn't really pay off for them, so they've stuck with a pretty much standard tried and tested here. So we'll keep our eyes on the pathing. Doom, of course, doing his job. And we'll see, of course, before we were talking about at the top of the show how Doom does tend to like to help Leon out. They get the snowball going effectively on that top lane. I gotta be honest, a Graves versus Darius is not really something you can snowball.
It's not something you see a huge amount of either. I think the problem with Graves into Darius early on is you're not going to really have the burst damage at this stage in the game to kind of deal with him post level 5. That's one of the problems that I think Leon's going to run into here. Like level 5, he's not going to be able to duel Valhalla consistently. And again, a lot of comfort picks have come through for NAVI. Like the Don's got Ari, Hydro's got the Kai'Sa that we have, Dante on his Seraphine, Valhalla clearly comfortable on that Darius pick. A lot of comfort for NAVI, and especially going up against RIX, comfort's what you want.
A little bit of warning there for Leon to say careful. There is a Shin Sao coming nearby. Doom will be down doing the Scuttle Crab just as we saw Vex doing in the northern side of the river. So all fair at the moment. Does mean it's going to get warded out. Valhalla's going to go back to buy, and everything pretty much settled and calm. So as we hit the 2-minute markers, just to remind you guys, as we hit the 4-minute mark, most people will be looking towards that Dragon or Rift Herald. We have yet to see a fight for one Dragon. They just happily trade. That's a lot of damage going down onto Clue there. Not too sure he wants to get too involved in this. He does have the help of Doom coming down. The Destiny comes out as well. Snitch joins the party. Didn't pull out the yellow card that he was really looking for, but they got the target they wanted, and that's Hydro down.
Yeah, absolutely. That was an overextension from Dante and Hydro. They went a little bit all in, clearly winning the 2v2, which is great for them in terms of confidence in the 2v2, but Doom and Snitch ready to pounce. And that's one of the benefits of the Twisted Fate. You can have that impact in the side lanes whenever you need to. And obviously Don not able to respond to that as quickly as he'd like.
Absolutely. So it does mean that the duos are going to the top lane, by the way. So keep your eye on that in the real time at the moment. There was obviously the stun. Tell a lie. He did get the yellow card. Apologies.
He did, yeah. No, to be fair, he did.
Did pull the yellow card.
The gold came through in a Valhalla.
They're going to go for Valhalla. That's a deep dive. And that is Leon finishing the job.
Absolutely brilliant. I love that from Leon. You like that, boys? In the background. Confident stuff. Again, Leon has got this kind of wild Baron lane champion pool. Not many other Baron laners play the same style as him, but he has got the mechanics to back it up and picks up that first kill for him on the top side of the map here. Interesting to see where the focus would be for this first objective. Don getting caught out by Snitch.
Yeah, got the charm at the same time, though, so kind of a one-for-one back and forward. Nothing ventured from that one. Hydro and Dante, though, we were talking about this. They are being very aggressive, and they are kind of winning out that lane at the moment.
They are going to clear out this lane, and you said the 2v2 has been going in favor of NAVI for the most part, but RIX able to just keep balance and keep Friend and Clue in a relatively healthy spot.
So here we go then. The timer's coming up. 5 seconds to go. Will it be Rift Herald? Will it be Dragon? What you're going to go for? Both spawn at the same time. It is a Cloud Drake that will come down first as well. Vex already in a position. Doesn't want to use his smite just yet. Don't waste it on the red buff. We'll make sure he doesn't. And Valhalla is down this way, which signals the intent for NAVI. They want the Dragon. And of course, we see RIX immediately going for the Rift Herald.
Going to be a straight-up trade across the map. Again, it is just...
Oh, I tell you what, they're coming down to fight.
I don't think they're going to... They're just trying to distract it to buy enough time for Doom, I think. Although I say that, Snitch and Leon are coming in.
Oh, they might get him in. The spike comes down. Vex is going to get caught out. Vex will pay the price. The wave disengage comes through, rolling in there. Vex did go down, but they secured themselves the Dragon. The Rift Herald immediately getting dumped down on that top lane for Doom, and Leon will be joining him shortly. I tell a lie, Leon's decided to go bot lane. So that means the duos will come up here.
I mean, Leon's got a lot of wave clear built into his kit. He shouldn't be threatened too heavily, although I say
that. Oh, he's in trouble.
I say that.
Oh, they go for the flash. They go for the fight. They want to get it. Leon gets one. Oh, it's on the boat. I don't believe that just happened.
Look at this madman. Look at him go. I mean, it was a little bit of an overextension. I understand why they went for the dive. They had the Kaiser proc down. They're now going to go for that bot lane tier 1.
And they've just got the tier 1 turret, of course, because the Rift Arrow comes down. But Leon, this is the thing. Graves is very hard. And then the tower's on it. The tower's on him.
Yeah.
Collateral and splat. Pretty good. Pretty good, Leon. Yeah,
I
think we can agree with you. That was pretty good.
I don't know if you guys might not have caught it, Leon, but I think that was pretty good.
5,000 gold advantage, and I would say a similar situation to what we saw against Gamelord now, outside of obviously the initial opening plays. Navi, again, Navi trying to make the plays, trying to force the action, trying to get something going, but unfortunately it's backfired on them. And, well, this time RIX were ready. Leon getting caught by Valhalla there, but I don't think he really cares about that one. And you can see the rest of the team actually getting and collapsing here because they're thinking, you know what, let's get that tier 1 turret down and take away all the vision. Look at this collapse down the bottom. The south side is where it's happening. It's taken very low, but he does manage to survive. And now comes Doom and Clue trying to work that one out. It is a 3v3 as the rest of the team claps in there. Leon is there as well. I don't think they want to go too deep for this one. And Navi will indeed help them disengage, and they're immediately running for that mid turret.
Yeah, they have the priority right now. They have the control of the red side jungle, forcing the long way round here, but Don should get back and clear this wave up before the wave crashes. So no harm, no foul. I think Friend just wants the... oh, that's a nice charm, actually.
They're going for the bottom again. Leon's there. Destiny comes out. They're going to try and go for it. Snitch has joined the party. They will get the Nami down of Dante. Now can they go onto Hydro? Absolutely no way is escaping this one. That will go across the Doom.
They are just kind of winning this out on pure individual skill at this point. Doom's damage. Oh my god, it's disgusting.
I thought he was going to leap for it. He takes the red buff as well. Didn't quite get that one away. Good lord, everything is going the way of RIX. This is the RIX we expected to turn up in game 1. Wasn't the case, but it feels, as I said, I just feel that there's something dangerous in the waters right now.
They're absolutely just waiting for it. I mean, RIX now have complete mid lane priority as well, going to pick up the tier 1. They tried to catch out Leon with the charm, which they do.
They do kind of catch him out, and they do take him down. Second kill of the game goes Navi's way, but they have lost all tier 1 turrets.
This is really, really, really good spot for RIX to be in. 6,000 gold lead by 7 minutes. Following the footsteps of Gamelord in their matchup versus Navi. And I think Navi, you know, I think they knew that this was going to be a tough ask for them, the Origin Series. And right now, I think you're seeing a bit of a kind of a discrepancy between some of our teams at this competition. They're trying their best. We're winning out that 2v2 nicely. RIX, let's be a little careful for Friend here. He's not being supported, but he'll be all right.
Yeah, Dante not landing the bubble. Friend very much covered off, but I do feel on another day it would have been a bit more even, but it seems that RIX don't want any of this. Doom is on a tear, and there's nothing more satisfying than a fed Kha'Zix.
No, and now RIX have got complete control of both the blue and red side jungle. This is building up to a very, very insurmountable lead for RIX, and you can see that Vex is not even comfortable to get into his own jungle at this point. He's struggling to find his own camps to even farm. And think now RIX are going to be controlling this Infernal Drake. They're going to go for it. Does look like Navi want to try and fight this, and you can see that the Destiny has come out for Snitch.
Snitch is looking to get involved in this one. He sees all 5 members. He's going to drop into the middle, and that's going to pull Navi across, and that just leads exactly where RIX wanted them, I feel here. There's the pounce coming through. Doom goes in. The dive came through, and it's a good turnaround in the end there. Hydro will get Doom down. They're going to try and turn towards Snitch, and this has actually worked very well for Navi. The Doom comes in, not quite landing the charm onto Snitch now. What can they do from this? It was a 2-for-0 in Navi's favor.
I think RIX just got absolutely crushed by Dante's Nami in that fight. They're going to have to give up the Infernal for it. It is a little blow to their overall win condition. You can see some of the team fights, again, not exactly a strong team fight coming out from RIX. Again, much more single target focused, much more smaller skirmish focused. And when it came to the full-on 5v5, Navi just able to win from a pure compositional standpoint.
I would say warning signs. Don't get cocky.
I agree.
Don't get cocky there, because team fight-wise, it could be a problem. Vex, though, can't defend this turret. That's going to fall, but the rest of the team are going to try and collapse on this one. If they chase too deep, the rest of RIX have arrived, and this is a dangerous situation, because Doom is tasting the fear of Navi as he plows on through. Valhalla goes down, Dante drops. There goes gold on the final tower hit. Leon will tank that one out. And that's what I was talking about. Don't go too deep. They were not watching the spawn timers.
They just felt that they were going to catch RIX out at that tier 2, and now Doom should be able to start up this Baron with the rest of his team. They're going to go for it. I don't think Dante can contest unless teleports come through from Na'Vi. This should be RIX's Baron to take.
A 10-minute Baron. Not what you want to see, that's for sure, but it is going to be RIX that will lock it down. And now with a sizable gold advantage, around 9,000. Right now is going to be a huge, huge advantage. Most of that gold was on Leon and Doom, and I tell you what, it's probably still there at the moment because Doom was locking down those kills one after another. 7-2-1 now for Doom.
Even if RIX win this game, though, I'm going to level with you, D-Man. I think there are still warning signs.
The coordination is definitely...
Well, it's not...
They're good at picks.
Yeah, they're good at
team
skirmishes.
Fights.
Good at skirmishes, good around playing individual players, good at trying to translate pressure into side lanes. But when it comes to pure team fights, I don't think their comps are working.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the other teams play for these more team fight style comps, UOL being the obvious example. And I think, unfortunately, that is something that, I think RIX are going to have to consider the later this tournament goes.
We'll see how it works out. They do, of course, have a coach here, so it's something they'll certainly be keeping their eye on. But look at the focus now with the Baron in there, of course. Just going to keep that damage down. The middle turret taking the punishment. Leon's on the top lane as well, keeping the aggression down on towards that inhibitor. Here comes Doom leaping across. Even look at the damage they can put down on Valhalla, the tankiest member of Na'Vi. Snitch goes gold. Will be able to get away from this one? No! It's going to get locked up under the turret and will fall.
But look at Leon.
So it's a 1-for-1, but as you mentioned, Leon, the whole time, has been pressuring this inhibitor turret, and that's exactly what they needed. Down it goes, inhibitor gone. 1-for-1
and a free inhibitor. You take it every day of the week as RIX here, and with this Baron, they're really making Unicorns, Na'Vi hurt. Friend and Kluge going to go and take this tier 2 for free, and then they'll pick up another tower off the back of this Baron power play.
Baron up the wave, and away they go. Na'Vi trying to chase and see if they can catch anything off the back of it. Not going to happen. RIX will happily back away and spend the gold. And look at the lead. This is why Valhalla's getting pounced on so easily. A 5,000 gold differential. Almost double his gold for Leon and Doom.
What do you do now if you're Na'Vi in this situation? I think it's very tough. Similar situation to the Game Lord. I don't know if there is a good way out. I mean, Leon's already at 3 items and a half.
Oh, the gold card's gold now.
And as you mentioned, the gold card now, that rapid fire cannon has been completed for Snitch, and that's going to allow him to make those individual picks a lot easier as Don goes in.
Yeah, actually catches the charm onto Doom. He's going to go gold, but where's the rest of the damage for the team? Doom will just be able to pounce away from this one, and they can turn it back in their favor. Leon gets one, goes through, gets the second. Doom goes off right now. He pops back in, got himself the heal back in there, tries to turn it around. Dante one more time. The Penta for Leon. Is it going to be given? Yes, it is. Leon with the pentakill. You love to see it. iPad or not, doesn't matter. He's on a phone and he knows how to play.
Absolute beast in the Baron lane. Leon picks up the first pentakill of the tournament, and that's going to be game for RIX.
Absolute domination this time around for RIX. Showing them how to play, getting the first penta of the tournament as well. You love to see it, and a confident performance from RIX this time out.
I mean, you mentioned it, they're coming back with a vengeance. They wanted to recoup, they wanted to find their way after that Unicorns of Love game, and they absolutely turbo-stomped.
I mean, pentakill right at the end there, you got to give the icing on the cake. Me, I would have been a scumbag and taken that from him.
Doom very nearly did. Very nearly did.
Don't do that in competitive. Give the pentakills over in competitive. No one's scumbags.
When I saw Doom leaping in, I was like, oh, he's going to take a kill. He's going to take a kill.
Oh, my God. I think Leon would have been very upset about that one.
I mean, I've seen it happen many times. You kind of just like, and it always gets me in the interview because I just like, you know what, the most important thing was winning the game.
Yeah.
It's like, bull.
Was it?
You're like, I had that stolen. But no, he's got it. So, okay, so first penta out of the way. Love it.
I think that was not a player more deserving of it than Leon that game. Leon had a fantastic performance on the Graves in that battle.
Yeah, no, that's what I love about what RIX brings to the table and top side of the map. They've got a really, really interesting champion pool that Leon can bring to the table. You know, he's much more carry-orientated, but what I liked about the Graves here is it had much more teamfight presence than some of the other picks. It allowed him to be a bit more frontline focused. He didn't have to play the sort of the in-out style of the Lee Sin that he had to previously, which was bad against the ULL comp. This time he could get right in the faces of NAVI, utilize that strength, and just burst them down. And that was, you know, I think that worked really well for him in this way.
I mean, there's nothing more. And I'm like, without even looking at the clip, I know what's going to be shown. It's going to be the Leon 2v1 because that was bonkers. Like that.
Or the pentakill. I mean,
one of the two. One of the two. Pentakill.
No, it's going to be the 2v1 because that's a situation where you think, okay, easy kill for the bot laners. They didn't juggle the tower damage right, and then they forgot that actually they're against a tanky Graves.
You cheated.
No, I didn't see it. I know exactly what was coming in.
I can literally see it.
Like, I mean, what else is going to be? It was a bonkers play.
It was.
Lee, I'm looking across there. I'm looking at a very unhappy Carla right now. You've gone ahead and gone and spoiled that, but we'll throw it over to Carmeline, who's going to be able to go ahead and break down that clip.
Okay, so I'm here to break down a clip that they have already spoiled. So thank you, Annalise Zask. Thank you very much. But I mean, I think Leon's play right here, 1 versus 2 players from the enemy team, from NAVI in this case, is worth rewarding once again and again and again. So why don't we do that just now? So we have it right here, the situation. We've got Leon there, hiding in the tower, really low on life. Let me highlight that just for you. I haven't done anything. Okay, Leon, we have it right here. We have Hydro and Dante, the NAMI and Kai'Sa, 2 powerful champions. As you can see, half life. This shouldn't be a problem for them, even though Leon has got a little bit of a shield left. Now, what's gonna happen? Let's go delete this and let's play it. Let's play it. Whenever it wants to be played. One more time. Okay, I'll describe what happens to you instead. Okay, so Leon is gonna be going here, right? And in the meantime, we have these 2 here. So for Dante, F1 flow onto Leon, which should have taken a good chunk of his health, but he's a Graves, you know, like this is not gonna be that so easy. So instead, we've got Hydro with Kai'Sa trying to get these 2. Take a look into this, okay? It actually replayed right now. Okay, so let's watch it once again all together. No lines inside. Okay, important moment right here on the tower. Hydro, Dante, both of them gonna get into this really dangerous zone, and you'll see why in a second. No ultis. 1 dead already there. Dante, you're about to be caught up by the tower. And look at it. Goodbye, Dante. You're dead right there. And with that, we can end the clip and the section. So I'm sending it right now back to the analyst text. That's
Thank you. Thank you so much, Carmeline.
I really, really enjoyed the description of the play.
You know what?
It's going to play. Do you know what? I got this.
I actually give the round of applause. That's great adaptation there.
It's hard when technology doesn't work on the fly, but massive, massive problem.
The best part of that, I mean, he quick drawed across, collateral damage. It's just absolutely burst them down.
He did the chat. He did the chat move as well. He didn't do the auto attack. He just carried on walking. He knew that it was going to come back.
I actually think the most crucial part of that entire play is the end of the line cleared the minion wave. So he set up the minion wave clear right at the start. So the tower, they had 2 minions to start that tower jump off with. He cleared it instantly, and that meant that the automatic tower pressure went straight onto the Kai'Sa. I actually think if Nami, if Grizzly had taken the tower damage, or taken the tower, sorry, not Grizzly, Dante had taken the tower initially, that might have been a play that worked out in favor of NAVI. But unfortunately, Kai'Sa was the one that stepped forward, took the initial tower damage, and because Leon cleared the wave at just the right time, he played it excellently.
All right, let's start looking ahead to our next game, though, fellas, because we've got a nice showdown here. Number 2 seed, number 3 seed from EU, Game Lord versus Queso. This one, I feel, is going to give us a nice little test of where the rest of the rankings are going to sit at the end of the day, potentially. Yeah, I mean, Game Lord, obviously, they've already shown up. We know what's coming from them. We know what they've got. They've taken down NAVI already in their first game. But Queso are coming off the back of a devastating defeat, I think it's safe to say. They were looking in control. They were really playing out the game. But the problem is they got stalled out, and their team fighting got found wanting.
To quote a very, very old League of Legends quote from Skara, they were winning until they lost.
The classic.
They essentially had a pretty decent gold lead right until the Elder fight.
It was about 4K all the way through.
4K all the way through. Obviously, that gets less impactful as the game goes on. Right until the Elder fight, where, as we said, they had to team fight, and they lost in one team fight. One team fight,
One
and they were winning the whole game
over.
and they lost in one team fight.
And we said at the time, like, this is going to go long, and the danger of when it does go long is you lose that team fight, the Elder Dragon spawns, and sure enough, death time is a 30 or 40 seconds.
They didn't even take Elder Dragon. They just went straight up. They went straight down mid. Yeah. The death time wasn't long enough.
All right, the Team Queso backroom staff were probably there writing on the board. Okay, Elder Drake. Let's try and end it before that this time, fellas. We're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, Game Lord versus Team Queso.